oven. Come and get them.
How about measuring our strength against each other, huh?
What's the matter?
Wouldn't you like to measure your skills against mine?
In combat, you mean?
I fear there's nothing else I know, friend.
Who are you, anyway? And what do you do?
Me? I'm just a wayfarer with a sword. I roam the world trying to earn a crust, that's all.
So you're a bandit?
You do me an injustice. I try to avoid banditry. Although, last winter I had to resort to that too. What about that duel?
All right, why not?
Do you have any coin?
Well,
Surely you didn't imagine we would fight just for the glory of it.
I have.
I'm glad to hear it. Let's get to it then. Damn it. You got lucky. But then, luck's a part of it too. Take your winnings and go.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm honored that you should... I'll be with you. Let's have a word about the price. Or... Agree?
It'll take more than that to persuade me.
Aye, for that amount I can be persuaded.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
God save you. What can I do for you?
Is there any work you can do?
That depends. Maybe you haven't noticed, but we've got a bit of a problem.
I'm listening.
We've got a human captive we pulled out of the river. I've an idea what to do with him, but I need a little help. I have my own plans for him, but I need a bit of help.
How did you do it? It's not every day a miller's helper catches an enemy of the crown.
That's true. My hands will be more than happy to tell you how they caught him.
I'll help you. I've got some unfinished business with the Cubans.
I'm guessing you're from Skalitz, then.
I am.
Very well, then. I plan to question the bastard and find out where he hid all the plunder he's been taking.
I'm guessing you want to return all that loot to its original owners.
Very funny. So, are you going to help me or not?
All right, I'll get it out of him.
Do you speak Hungarian?
No, I don't.
Then you won't get anything out of him. But if you want to help, you can. A little down the river is a mill. The men said there's a vagrant there who swears in Hungarian when he's playing dice. You could go there and find out if he knows any more than curses.
All right, I can handle it.
Thanks. God be with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You call that combat?
You?
I know you. I know you from somewhere. Where do I know you from?
What?
Of course, my dream. You were in a boat made of bone, and I put a crown of thorns on your head.
If your cottage burnt down, our
All right.
sausages will still
Tell
taste
me about
good.
this dream of
If your
yours.
husband is murdered,
That dream.
our sausages will
Yes,
still taste
that
good.
dream has come
Onion
true.
soup for the spring,
I dreamt that a
asparagus for
young
taste,
man would
prunes
become
for what
my
ails you.
apprentice,
Try them.
my own pupil in the trade of miracles.
And that's supposed to be me?
Oh, well,
Salami, sausages,
what's your name,
all
young man?
shapes, sizes and flavors. Vegetables,
Henry.
fresh
Henry.
vegetables. Look, smell.
A
Aren't they
powerful
lovely?
name. So, Henry, are you ready to become my apprentice?
First, tell me, who are you, and what do you do?
Me? I am an
Cucumbers, lovely
unworthy,
cucumbers,
low, and
asparagus
miserable
and
servant of Providence. Scholar or merchant, believer or heathen, I wander the world without home or family, with only my wagon, offering miracles to those that
Garlic,
need them.
carrots,
That's who I am.
beetroot, onion.
Without
all
home
that
or
grows in the
kin,
ground
I
fresh. Come
wander
right
this
up.
world with my wagon, providing the
Our
miracles
Lord's
that
tasty,
people need.
good on bread and for
Ointments,
frying.
relics,
Come and get it, fine people.
aromatic
And
herbs,
crackling too. And
rare
cucumbers,
spices,
lovely cucumbers,
talismans, and
asparagus and
amulets
prunes.
for luck. All these things I have.
What exactly does it entail, becoming your apprentice?
A lot of work and strenuous labor. Knowledge of medicine, theology, and white magic. You have to study the great works of the ancients and devote your time to understanding your fellow men,
Salami,
listening to them, and
sausages,
learn to read their
kinds of
souls.
scratchings that make your mouth water more
That's a
than
pretty
the
challenging task.
That's why God has sent you. So what do you say?
No, I definitely don't want to be your apprentice.
A shame. But perhaps Providence shall yet cause our lines of fate to cross. You'll see.
I could do with a bite to eat.
Good day to you.
Would you teach me more about alchemy?
Certainly.
I'd like to hone my skills.
First you have...
Cucumbers,
Good
Well.
ready, cucumbers.
Good wives, come have a look with you. Don't be.
I'd like to discuss the price.
Well... This is a waste of time.
Lean, fatty, marbled, meatable.
Have a look at these cucumbers. They'll stay firm all winter. Buy them before someone else does.
I hope I can be of some...
Požírali staré báby na trapaci do lesa. Od neděle do neděle hraj muziko vesele. Katina roztrhaná, sláma trčí z prdele.
Master Blacksmith, I've got a great offer for you.
Not now. First I've got to deal with that bastard Zack. Come to me afterwards.
Come right up. It's a feast for your eyes and your stomach.
Do you make anything out of copper, Master?
I do a bit of Damascene decor sometimes. Why do you ask?
I'm looking for someone who could do me some copper sheets.
Well, that's pretty rough and ready work. I wouldn't waste my time with it. But go and ask Zack. from the craftsman's yard by the monastery. He's bought up all the copper to be had around here anyway.
What can you tell me about the blacksmiths here in Sasau?
Depends which ones you mean. In the town there's Mikesh. He's a decent man and an honest craftsman. And in the yard by the monastery there's Zach. But there's not many good words I can say about him.
Tell me something about Mikesh.
Like I said, he's an honest craftsman, which isn't something you can say about every blacksmith in town.
What about the monastery blacksmith, Zach?
Well, him and me don't exactly see eye to eye. He wanted to buy my business, but I turned him down. Ever since then, he hasn't had a good word to say about me.
That'll be all. Thank you. Let's talk.
Well,
Agree?
well, a little more and we'll call it a deal. Finally, a reasonable sum.
Hey.
Stay firm all winter. Buy them before someone else does.
Mandrake roots taken straight from the gallows.
Yeah.
I hope I...
I'd like to just... Well... What do you say to this?
More!
Aye.
My humble greeting.
I'd like...
And what...
I'd like, A private bath? For two?
Goodbye.
Oh. 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 Look at
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, what did Master Pfeiffer have to say?
I consulted him, and we definitely have a starting point.
Tell me more.
Master Pfeiffer found out they need copper sheets for the core of the coins, and quicksilver for the the other part?
I see. They have such materials at the monastery.
Exactly. That's why I'm interested in the local forges.
Yes, that is good. Yesterday, I heard people from the craftsman's yard by the monastery complaining. They said they could not sleep at night because the blacksmith works all the time till dawn.
I see. That's certainly worth asking about. Have you heard anything else?
You said they use quicksilver. There is a painter lodging here who is painting the church in Ujits. I heard him complain also. He said that he went to the monastery for quicksilver and it was all gone.
Well, that's something to follow up as well. Thanks.
Oh.
I'm honoured that you should come to me.
I hear you've had some problems with the supply of quicksilver.
Problems? I should say so. For the third time this month they've told me they've none. There's no quicksilver to be had, they said.
And who exactly are you talking about? Who's holding back the goods on you?
The monastery overseer, or his assistant, more like.
So what did the overseer have to say to you?
Nothing. Apparently he doesn't deal in such trifles. Leaves it all to his assistant, the pompous git.
What do you need quicksilver for?
I don't. They do. To mix up the red pigment for me. I'm painting the church in Ujits. Can you imagine how stupid those biblical scenes look without red?
Not really.
Then be glad you can. My eyes hurt just to imagine it.
That's all I need to know for now.
Ah. But wouldn't you care to buy something before you go? Or play a game? I really need some money. I've been waiting here a while and my stay's getting expensive.
There's always time for some dice. Let's see what you can do.
Farewell. Ale as usual.
Ale for me.
We'll see whose side Lady Luck is on. One ale, please.
One ale over here, please.
We'll see. God's holy hat!
There. Satisfied?
Cursed luck! This'll be the one. Oh no!
Handful of ale for me.
I've been sat here a fucking month. No quicksilver anywhere.
Well, Master Painter, are you still short of coin?
Yes, unfortunately. And my offer still stands. Don't you want to buy something? Or throw a few dice?
Why not? Show me what you have to offer.
I'll be with you.
Let's have a word about the price. Agree?
That's not enough. All right, so. Yeah.
I hope I can be of some humble service to you.
I'm looking for some quicksilver. Would you have any on hand?
Talk to my assistant. He deals with such trivial matters.
Fine, thank you.
God be with you.
God save you. What can I do for you?
Do you have any quicksilver in stock?
Who's asking?
Nobody, I'm just asking.
Then I don't have any.
That sounds almost as if you don't want to sell it to me.
It's not that I don't want to, it's that I can't.
I see. You can't because you don't have any. And you don't have any because you're selling it out the back door, eh?
Suppose I was. I don't see what business it is of yours.
What if I told you I'm the emissary of the Royal Hetman Radzig Kobala, and you've got yourself mixed up with a counterfeiting gang?
Counterfeiters? Meaning what?
Somewhere around here is a counterfeiter's workshop. They need the quicksilver to make fake groschen.
Jesus. But I didn't know anything about any counterfeiting.
For your sake, I hope that's true. Now tell me what's been going on.
I swear, I wouldn't normally do anything like that.
Get to the point.
They came for me at noon, directly to the office. The overseer was somewhere on his rounds. Some night it was, without a crest, armed. He called himself Sir Jezek, and he had a lackey with him called Rapota, a scruffy fellow with a yellow cape. Always whistling he was. They told me they wanted all the quicksilver we order for the monastery. Of course, I told him that wouldn't be possible.
And then what? Did they threaten you?
Not at first. They tried to bribe me, and when I refused, they started threatening.
How did you hand it over to them?
I take it up the hill behind the monastery here. There's a big tree there with a small chapel underneath. Sometimes Rapota is there waiting for me. If not, I leave it there.
What did they threaten you with?
They said they know people in the monastery, that they'd have me thrown out and beaten for stealing.
And you had been stealing? I mean, before then?
You know how it is. I work my fingers to the bone and they pay me a pittance.
So they knew about you?
Yes, they knew my name, everything.
Very well. Thank you.
Good luck to you.
Ah!
Greetings, Henry.
What's happening here? Oh my God. Philip and... they're all...
Yes. Where do you think the wounded ended up?
Actually, I had no idea.
Well, now you know. Me and Nicodemus have been trying to keep things under control since Skalitz was raised. Just the two of us.
So can I help at all?
Certainly. We can always use an extra pair of hands here. And it's been like that since the beginning.
I was in a bad way myself back then. They took me to Rat-Eye unconscious, and I needed a healer. How is everyone holding up? What can I do?
Holding up? People here are dying, usually needlessly, and I can't do anything about it. We don't have enough food or space or anyone who's willing to help us.
Doesn't anyone help you with nursing these people? You've got scholars all around you.
Scholars, maybe, but they leave the healing up to God. Nicodemus is trying, but everything he knows is from his books.
Can I have a look at them myself? I know a little about healing.
Do you now? And what would you do if you burnt yourself at the forge?
First, you have to cool it down with water. Marigold ointment helps, and it's better if you don't bind it and let it breathe.
You do know what you're talking about. Looks like blacksmiths know about more than just pulling teeth.
Pulling teeth? Nothing to it. As long as you don't squeeze the pincers too hard and crush them.
Well, go and see if anyone needs anything. Just don't go pulling anyone's teeth.
Doesn't the monastery care for them?
They give us some food for them and a place to sleep, but I wouldn't say they help exactly. More like they just tolerate us.
Do you have enough food?
Enough to survive, maybe, but convalescents need feeding up.
Maybe if I brought some meat, some game, that would strengthen them up.
That would be a great help.
Anything else you need?
Look around.
Well, it is a little crowded.
Crowded? I've had to leave some of the sick lying in the open air, even at night. And have you seen what they're lying on?
I'll try to negotiate better conditions with the monastery.
I tried that, out loud. They just nod their heads, but don't move a muscle.
Very well. And how are you doing? You're the only woman here, alone in the monastery.
Some of the monks speak to me, but other people act like I don't exist. Too bad the custodian isn't one of those.
Is the custodian causing you problems?
All the time. Apparently he has a wife somewhere, but that doesn't stop him. He's constantly strutting around in front of me.
And, what else?
What do you mean, what else? He's invited me to his home.
I could do something about it, if you liked.
No, I can deal with him. The last thing I need is you going around threatening people. It won't help me, and it definitely won't help the refugees.
I won't get any sleep. I just won't get any sleep.
What can you tell me about the custodian?
He's supposed to be in charge of all the guards and the security of the monastery. But really, he has a say in pretty much everything, including supplies. And that's why he probably thinks he can do whatever he wants.
Why is there a guard outside?
He's here because of me.
Because of you?
Yes. There was one time I just had enough of it all, of the way they treat us, and I almost slapped one of... But that doesn't matter.
All right, that's all I need to know.
Look, Henry, I know I can speak harshly, but I'm at the end of my tether. Last week, Bohuslav died. Maybe you knew him. And nobody even blinked an eye. We desperately need help.
I'll do whatever's in my power.
Good luck, then.
I can't stay here.
I'm not needed here. He just needs to sleep. He's not reacting. But all I can see that's wrong with him is his leg. I have to ask Johanka.
Henry, how are you?
What's wrong with that man by the altar? He doesn't look wounded, but he's really pale and doesn't react at all.
He had a broken leg. A bad one. The bone had come right through the skin. We tried to straighten it, but I don't know if we did it right. I'm not holding out much hope for him. I've seen folk in that state before, and it didn't end well.
My God, there has to be something we can do.
And what do you suggest? The monks won't help, and I don't know anyone else who can.
Well, I can try. I'll straighten his leg.
You?
Unfortunately, I've had occasion to try this sort of thing before. You have to place the bones as precisely as you can next to each other. It's hard, but you have to ignore any screams of pain. That's the only way to help him.
Well, fine. Try it then. God bless.
Huh? Are you holding him firmly?
Aye. Sleep again. Please.
Done. Philip, from Skalitz. I don't see any wounds, but he's shaking terribly.
Henry.
What happened to Philip?
Poor man. There was nothing wrong with him, and now he's getting worse every day.
But do you know why?
Maybe. He didn't run away from Skalitz, you see. He hid for days, among the corpses. If he got poisoned.
But what can we do?
Us? Nothing. Only Father Simon might have been able to save him. He knew a lot about poisons.
And where is he?
You know he left Skalitz years ago.
And does anyone know where he ended up?
Quiet!
If you believe the stories about a wild man in the woods, then Rovnar is the place to go.
Tell me more about the situation here. All right, that's all.
May the Lord watch over you.
I can't stay here. Christ above! I can't get a wink of sleep.
What are you making such a fuss about?
A fuss? Because of my leg, I have to stay here for at least another week. Hurts like fuck. And with everyone else moaning and groaning all night, I can't get any sleep.
Maybe I can make you something to help you sleep.
Oh, then for God's sake, do it quickly.
I've got something for you.
Really?
Drink this and you'll fall straight to sleep.
Oh, thank you.
Farewell.
Everything here is fine.
Yeah? Damn, why are you waking me?
You're not from Skalitz?
No, but please help me. I can't stay here.
What happened to you?
I was working on the building when the scaffolding up by the roof collapsed underneath me.
Well, and you're very lucky you survived at all.
Yes, that's what everyone tells me. But it's no use being alive if all I can do is lie here like a wet sack of barley.
Well, you're pretty battered, but I don't see anything that a few weeks' rest can't fix.
Weeks? My God, I have to get back to work sooner than that.
What's the problem? Why can't you stay until you heal?
I have a family. I'm poor. It's only thanks to the building work that we can survive. And the master told me if I don't come back in a few days, then I shouldn't come back at all. And where can me and my wife go then? Who'll take us in? We'll end up living in the woods, where any bandit or ruffian could set on us.
Is there anything I can do to help? It looks like they took care of your wounds.
When I was little, my father got trampled on by a horse, and an old hag from the village gave him some kind of purple herbs for it. And he got better very quickly.
And do you remember what the herbs were?
I don't. But there's supposed to be the whole cursed knowledge of the world in this place. Something has to be written about it. A herbarium. Anything.
I'll try to find something.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good luck to you.
Yeah? Where? What's happening?
Hopefully I have what you need.
No. This doesn't look like what the hag gave us that time. Farewell.
Shit. What's going on?
You look all right?
Mostly, but my leg still hurts.
Did the humans wound you?
That's what I tell the ladies. Truth is, I did myself a mischief while I was running away.
And do they rebandage it for you?
Occasionally. They told me they don't have enough bandages.
Well, that's no use. Those bandages need changing. I've got bandages, so I can take care of it.
Wonderful. Could you tell Brother Nicodemus?
I can do it myself.
I thought you were a blacksmith.
A long time ago. But unfortunately, I've had to learn a thing or two about the art of medicine since then.
Well, fine then.
May the Lord... Dear Mistress Johanka, I come again in admiration of your selfless dedication. I would like to invite you to a fine banquet at my palace. You certainly have earned some... What business have you here, fellow? Who let you in?
I'm taking care of the wounded, as I'm sure you're aware.
Ah. Well then, run along and take care of them, and let me talk to Johanka. You're not needed here.
Wouldn't it be better to have the banquet here, custodian?
What?
You admire Johanka's self-sacrifice. I'm sure she appreciates the same quality in others.
Ah, yes. Quite. I was just thinking the same. I'll have some food brought here.
I'm not needed here.
Yeah.
God be with you.
Have you got a bed for the night?
I suppose I could find something. For how long?
Just the one.
All right.
Here you are.
You'll like it here. Like sleeping on a cloud it is. May the Lord watch over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why are you just sitting around?
Why not? Admiring the view. People just do not appreciate a lovely view these days.
Does the name Rapita ring any bells for you?
Rapota, you say? Rapota. Nope, I can't hear any bells ringing at all.
Look, you little jester, I'm investigating a crime against the king on the direct orders of Sir Radzig. Are you really going to keep pretending you don't know anything?
Hang on. What's all this about a crime against the king? I'm just keeping an eye on things. When a wagon comes in, I'll make sure nobody robs it. I get a commission for that. That's it.
See? That didn't hurt a bit. Bit of friendly advice. You're wasting your time here. Rappator's scarpered and won't be coming back this way anytime soon. You might as well pack up and go home.
What? The bastard owes me a dozen groschen. Damn it. Now what? Well, no use hanging around here anyway. In any case, thanks for the information. I could have been stuck here for weeks.
I'm so hungry I can eat my boots. Oh dear, did that hurt? Bugger. Come down. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't move a finger! Director!
I'll find you, sir. You can't hide from me.
Mother of God! Are you looking for me?
Eh?
Caught you. Now you'll pay for all your crimes.
What?
Don't play the innocent. I have witnesses who saw you in the act of murder.
Who's there?
Never mind your other crimes. Personally, I'd rather string you up. But unfortunately, all I can do is throw you in jail.
This is surely no way to treat one of Sir Radzig's men. I dread to think what he'll do when he finds out.
I didn't know that. My apologies. Go ahead. Hey, you! Halt!
Well then, speak up.
You look different, Master.
So as to fit in. I don't want it known that I'm in town.
Why?
I don't want to alarm our prey. Gossip spreads quickly, and if those scoundrels learn we're onto them, they'll flee.
That does make sense.
So what have you found out so far?
I found out where they get their quicksilver from. You were right, it was the monastery.
It was the only logical explanation.
It changed hands on the hill behind the monastery.
Have you been there to have a look around?
I have, but I didn't find anything interesting.
And have you found out who's behind it?
Someone called Rapata.
Not much, but it's a start. At least it's not a common name. Listen, Henry, I had another thought on the way here. Those counterfeiters have to have a punch die to make the fake coins.
Yes, of course.
That's sophisticated work. And there's a man I know who works at the monastery yard. Master engraver Jerome of Silesia.
You don't suppose that he's...
No, not that, God forbid. I know him well. He'd never do anything like that. But he runs an engraving workshop, so he might have heard something.
Very well, I'll ask him.
But ask with tact. I don't want him getting offended. And I prefer you not to mention me at all.
I'll try to think of something. That's all.
Take care.